Welcome back to my channel. This is T. Today we're going to go over the 7 chakras. I like to start with the crown chakra because that is where I currently feel most of the energy entering my body. So the crown chakra is at the top of your head. And the areas that will be affected when the crown chakra is affected will be your brain and your pineal gland, your central nervous system, your cerebral cortex, which is at the top of your brain. It is the outermost layer. Your problem solving skills will be affected, your memory, your thinking, and your learning ability. If this chakra location is blocked, you may experience confusion, obsessive thoughts, and depression. But when it is healed, you will feel as though you're able to think clearly, and you will be able to assert yourself in the world because you'll be able to think about how to do that. So when you're able to do that, that allows you to have spiritual awareness. And you will know that you are connected to something bigger than yourself. You'll feel this connection to the world. And so if you want to use aromatherapy, because the crown chakra can be healed by aromatherapy, you'll want to use frankincense, lotus, and myrrh. And so now we'll go to the third eye chakra. And the third eye chakra is in between your eyes. The areas that will be affected by it will be your brain, your nervous system, and your nose. And so when your third eye chakra is turned on, you may hear 2 loud pops. There's other ways that you'll know, but the way that I found out that mine was activated is because I heard 2 loud pops and I could feel a little bit of pain. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough that I noticed that it was happening. And the popping sounds, because there were 2 that I heard, were kind of loud. And so also with your pituitary gland, that's where the hormones are stored at, okay, and released. And so it's just kind of good for you to relate the science part to this whole process, because when certain things happen with our bodies, it's all like the chakras and the science part of it. Your actual body is tied into this process. And so if this chakra location is blocked, your intuition will most likely be affected. That will probably be the one thing that is affected the most. And what that means is that you will have a hard time with your, trying to figure out what may happen later, and kind of like being able to just know if something's going to happen or not. So you definitely don't want this area to be blocked because it's going to affect your choices. And so when it's not blocked, you will be able to have mental clarity. You may even be able to predict certain outcomes. And this will be one of the top areas that you'll definitely want to have healed. And so when you use aromatherapy, you may want to use sage and pine, because those smells can help to activate the third eye chakra. And also, when your third eye chakra is healed, that'll give you the ability to experience a higher consciousness. And then you will be able to work on your self-actualization, because when you have a higher consciousness, that allows you to work on your self-actualization process. And so the next thing that we'll go to will be the throat chakra. And as the name implies, the throat chakra, the throat location will be affected when the chakra location is affected. And other areas that may be affected will be your thyroid gland, your ears, and your vocal cords, along with your teeth. When this area is healed, you may notice that it's healed because you will be able to express yourself a lot better. And so like we read things and sometimes we don't always remember what we read, right? When this area is healed, you may notice that there are things that you read that you are now explaining or talking about. You may find that there's words that you read and previously you didn't you couldn't remember to use certain words, but now all of a sudden you're saying like these advanced words and you're like, well, wait, what is going on? Well, that's if you're able to do this, that's because your throat chakra has been healed. So basically, you'll just want to pay attention to your ability to communicate. May be a process. So there may be times where you're able to express yourself clearly, and then there may be days that you're not able to. But as long as you're able to, within a certain amount of days, um, you're able to still express yourself, that means that your throat chakra is being healed because it's an ongoing process. And we're in an environment where different energies affect us and also the way that people interact with us. So, um, sometimes it's hard for us to express ourselves because of the energy around us and also because of the different stressors that we're under. So you may also find that you're able to be more creative. You're able to do more creative things that you couldn't do before. Okay? And so aromatherapy that can help to heal the throat chakra is chamomile, rosemary, and sage. And you can find these different aromatherapies in different types of ways. Sometimes, you can find them, like you can buy them as something you burn or something you spray or something you rub on your body. So that's just something to keep in mind. And so next we're going to go to the heart chakra, which is behind the sternum, and it is at the center of your chest. If the heart chakra is blocked, you may feel depression, you may experience a lot of loneliness, and you may not know how to show compassion or unconditional love because of the different experiences that you have had, you know, if this area is blocked, you will find it very difficult to overcome the different things that may have hurt you, maybe different traumas and things like that. So it's just something to keep in mind. When it is healed, you will um, you will experience compassion, and you'll know how to give and take, and you'll know how to figure out if you should love again or if you should withhold your love, and you'll definitely know how to process your emotions a lot better. And so, when this area is healed through aromatherapy, you will want to use the rose smell, holly, and sandalwood. And so we'll go to the solar plexus. If it is blocked, you may be more sensitive to criticism than you should be. You may have a low self esteem and you may feel the need to control a lot of things. When we control too many things, it doesn't allow for the natural progression of things to occur. So there's some things that should happen, right? And then there's some things that you'll want to do your best to prevent from happening. And so once you have this area healed, you will feel more in control of your life. Even though your environment is out of control, you'll still feel control within yourself. You'll know when to act and when not to act. And you will have this gut feeling that will probably be right more so than it isn't. And the scientists say that the gut is the second brain. So what that means is that it's like your second intuition area. If you want to heal this area with aromatherapy, you'll want to use the smell of ginger, lemon, and black pepper. And so we're going to go to the sacral chakra area, which is considered your lower abdomen. And if it's blocked, you will have issues with intimacy, and you may have emotional dependency issues, and you may experience back pain. And so, some areas that are also affected, because I mentioned the lower abdomen, will be your adrenal gland and your spleen and your reproductive organs. And so, when this area is functioning as it should, you will probably feel the need to be very creative. You'll feel balance and harmony within yourself, which is really good because that's what we need in order to be creative. If you feel out of sorts with yourself, it's going to be very hard for you to feel creative. And so, aromatherapy that can help this area will be the smell of orange, jasmine, hibiscus, and clary sage. And you don't necessarily need to buy the aromatherapies, but just when you're eating certain foods, because like an orange smell you can get from an orange, and hibiscus is a dried plant, and so you can put that in your food. So when you're cooking, you can actually smell these smells and focus on the area that you want to have healed, because sometimes you may not be able to buy the aromatherapy or get access to it. So there are natural aromatherapies all around us. And so we'll go with the root chakra. And the root chakra is in your pelvic area. And so it's basically that area, if it's affected, it's going to affect your reproductive organs and the base of your body, the lower part, like your legs and stuff like that. If it's blocked, you may experience anxiety, depression, you may have nightmares, and you'll probably feel emotionally disconnected. So you may have a hard time connecting with people. You may actually want to be, like guarded, and you may try to avoid emotional connections. So there are times that is good for you, but then you don't want to do that too much, because what you'll end up doing is isolating yourself in a way that will block your root chakra. Like, we're supposed to have a certain amount of interactions, with people. And when we don't, it affects us mentally. It's not healthy for us. But we also need to have the right type of connections. So that's something for you to understand. Like, every connection that you have is not always going to be beneficial to you. So when you don't have the proper connections with people, you definitely want to try to find a way to get yourself away from that type of situation. You want to really try to target certain interactions that you want to have. So if you know that a certain person is going to treat you negatively or say something demeaning or something like that, you want to try to avoid that person. And if you have to deal with that person, you'll want to cut the interaction as short as possible. And so what you're trying to do is prevent the negative energy that they're putting out to affect you. And you want to go around people who are positive. And that's really what's going to help keep this chakra stable. And it's going to keep it from being blocked. And so when this area is healed, you will feel a sense of safety and security. You will feel emotionally stable. And you'll have the strength that you need to do whatever it is that you need to do. You'll feel grounded, right? So when you think of the root chakra, think of your legs being planted into the earth, into the ground. Think of like the legs on a table. That makes the table stable. And so that's what you're trying to accomplish with your root chakra, is stability. And so aromatherapy that can help this area is patchouli. And so I'm also going to tell you what crystals can help these different chakras. So we started with the crown chakra. So if you notice, I have purple crystals on my board. Those are the crystals you want to use to help you to heal your crown chakra. And the next chakra is the third eye chakra. And so for that, I have lapis lazuli. That's going to help you to heal the third eye chakra. And the next one is throat chakra. Amazonite is going to help you heal that area. And those are the green tumbled stones. I think there's like some black on them as well. And so the next one is going to be the heart chakra. And what's going to help you heal that is going to be the citrine tumbled stones that you see here. And we'll go to the solar plexus chakra. And so I have tiger eyes tumbled stones here, and that's going to help you heal that area. And we'll go to the sacral chakra. That can be healed by the carnelian stones. And the last one is going to be the root chakra. And I feel that the smoky quartz is very helpful in healing that area. And, it's very important for that area to be healed because, sometimes we make choices with this location. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And some of the choices are not always good for us. So when this area is healed, it will help you to make the better choices with your brain, right? The better decisions. So, is there anything else? Let's see. When these areas are healed, what you may feel is a lot of energy coming and going from these different chakra locations at the same time. So, because what's happening is your body's trying to balance and adjust to the positive energies that's going to eventually reside in these locations most of the time. So when I was healing my chakras, that's just like when I first started doing it many months ago, I could feel energy coming and going from these different places. And, it can be very overwhelming, but just know that that's normal, and, don't be thrown off by it. Don't be thrown off by feeling somewhat unstable or, a little bit too bothered, because, like, really we're all, if your chakras aren't healed, we're really all overstimulated. We're overstimulated, and these areas are out of balance. And so to get them in balance, you have to kind of deal with some uncomfortableness with them. And that's not something that I was aware of when I first started healing them. So I wouldn't use the crystals to heal them very long because I wasn't sure, what was happening. I was like, I thought that I would feel like this. I thought it was supposed to go this way. And I'm like, it's not exactly like what the books say. Because, what really is, right? It's just like when you go to school, you read your books, and you're thinking, okay, the job is going to be like this. But it's not actually until you get to the job that you actually see what it's really about. So until you actually experience it, it's, you can't really just like go by what you read fully. But the information that is in the book is still very useful. It's just that there may be some things that are not going to turn out exactly the way that you think with the situation. So anyhow, as you notice, some of the crystals are rough and some of them are smooth. And from my personal experience, I feel that the rough crystals are really, really great with healing the chakras compared to the smooth ones. Most of the time, I don't feel as much energy from the smooth crystals. And I'm thinking it's because they have, they've just been like altered so much to get them to the state that they're in. So if you really want quick healing, you'll want to use the rough crystals first. And, then consider the tumbled ones, as a second option. once your chakras are healed, then, go to those. So I hope that this video was useful, and I will be making some more, and I thank you for watching.